as he said, he's going to try to do things, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to deliver.
It's the fresher fighter.
What is up, guys? I am back with a brand new video. I have actually recorded this video 4 different times, and I was never happy with any of the takes. So this is like my 5th time recording this video. A couple days have passed. I've had some time to think about the fight over the weekend. The absolute war in the main event for UFC Freedom 250. Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje comes in with the upset of the century. The biggest upset in combat sports history, in my opinion. And beats Ilia Topuria. Technically a TKO. You know, Justin made Ilia's cornerman throw in the towel. Yeah, and that is... wow. That is all I can actually say is just wow. Now, yeah, the difference in like damage was very apparent. Ilia Topuria looked like he just went through a car wreck, and Justin just looked like he fell down the stairs a little bit. But as you can see, like on the stat right here, the total strikes were actually pretty close, if I'm being honest. Justin Gaethje just has like fucking bricks for hands, and it's actually insane how much damage he's able to do to people while barely like, no matter what, even if he's getting like his ass beat in a fight, he doesn't bruise as much on his face. Like, I don't know what it is with him. All I want to say is that, like, to a certain degree, I was right and I was wrong in my prediction video. I said that if Justin Gaethje was to utilize his jab correctly, he would win. He would probably give Ilia, you know, a lot of problems. But like ultimately, like, I did pick Ilia Topuria. I did do that. I felt like Ilia was gonna fight much more smarter. I felt like Ilia was gonna use his jab more. I felt like his boxing combos was gonna pin Justin Gaethje up against the fence and he would just finish him there. And Ilia could have done that. In my opinion, if he didn't try and submit Justin in the second round, he probably could have gotten Justin out of there. It is just so insane to me that, like, Justin's jab was just right there. Because, like, if I'm being honest, I was basing my opinion for this fight based off Justin's last performance, and he looked kind of shitty in his last performance. He was kind of swinging for the fences on some bullshit. I mean, Patty sucks. I'm not denying that. Patty's pretty bad. Justin Gaethje just kind of fought really stupid. Like you can kind of tell in that fight with Patty, he just did not really care. And I'm pretty sure he had staph infection as well. So like that maybe played a factor in why he was kind of fighting stupidly. But, you know, at the end of the day, you're only as good as your last fight. And Justin looked significantly better. This was probably his best performance of his entire career. His jab looked great. His fucking 1-2. He kept it simple. And like that's something that I noticed about Gaethje. Is that in this fight, he kept it simple. All he did was throw mainly straight shots. And whenever he was in close, he barely threw any hooks. It was mainly just collar tie and then uppercut. And that was like, I'm pretty sure that's what blinded Ilia in the first round, was that collar tie uppercut. Because as soon as it landed, I noticed that Ilia kept on touching his eye. And I think that blinded Ilia in the first round. And I'm pretty sure Ilia said that in his post. Ilia, if I'm being honest, like, I don't want to take anything away from Justin, but Ilia fought kind of dumb this fight. And that's something I never thought I'd be saying. Every Ilia fight I've seen, besides the Bryce Mitchell fight, he's fought really smart. He's fought really composed. You know, he doesn't really panic. In this fight, you could tell that he was just trying his absolute hardest to get Justin out in the first round. And he kind of, as soon as he failed, he was like, all right, I'm going to do my best to get him out in the second round. He failed there. And then, like, in my opinion, he could have finished Justin in the second. As soon as he dropped Justin with the liver shots, just was torching his body up. I don't understand why Ilia went to the ground. He was trying to, I think he was trying to aura farm like a submission and say like, hey, listen, like, Khabib's not the only one that can get Justin in this choke. I can too. And like, I really think that really fucked up Ilia. He should have just stood him up and then just KO'd him on the feet. Because, like, Justin was hurt, man. Justin, like, it almost looked like he was about to quit, honestly. Ilia then decided to, like, let him recover, which kind of pissed me off. Because, like, if I'm being honest, I had money on Ilia. And I would have won some good money if he actually, like, finished the fight before the third round. This fight was just absolutely legendary. Probably the best title fight I've ever seen in my entire life. That's probably recency bias. But I don't give a fuck. I think that Justin Gaethje's gonna retire after this fight. Now, of course, as a selfish fan, I would love to see Ilia and Justin run it back. Not just because like I believe Ilia would actually get him this time. I just believe that the fight would be generational, and I think it would be better than the first fight. Mainly because like I feel like Ilia will make more adjustments and fight similar to how he fought in the second round. And I feel like Justin is going to know that Ilia is going to be even more dangerous this time around because he's hungrier for the finish. He's, you know, he wants to get that fight back. I don't think that we're ever going to see the rematch. I'd be actually surprised if we got to see the rematch. Justin Gaethje seems like he's going to retire, and like it makes so much sense for Gaethje to retire after that. It's just what's more insane to me about this whole situation. It's not that Justin beat Ilia. It's that Justin Gaethje is a UFC lightweight champion. That's like the most insane shit to me. Not that like, you know, he beat, like that's insane already. But Justin Gaethje is a UFC champion. And if you were to tell me that 3 years ago, I would be like, you are fucking insane. There is absolutely no way Justin Gaethje would ever become UFC champion. And I'm not saying Justin Gaethje sucks by any means. Justin Gaethje is a legend in the sport. He is a future Hall of Famer. You know, every single fight of his, no matter what, he's gotten a performance bonus. If Justin Gaethje was younger, you know, this would be much better because Justin Gaethje would actually go on to like probably defend the title more. But this is Justin Gaethje towards the end of his career. I'm sure he's ready to call it, you know, to sail off into the sunset. And I know I'm saying this is Justin Gaethje at the end of his career, and a lot of people are comparing, you know, this is the Diaz for Topuria. People compare Topuria to McGregor, and people are saying that like this is worse for Ilia than Diaz beating Conor. First of all, that is absolutely not true, mainly because Gaethje has actually won title. He's won multiple titles. You know, he's won the BMF, won an interim. Now he's won the actual belt. Diaz has never even touched the belt I mean, yeah, he's touched the BMF belt, but like Nate Diaz has never even won the interim title. So like, I don't understand why people are saying that Ilia losing to Gaethje is worse than Conor losing to Diaz. I really don't get that. Diaz is not even half the fighter Gaethje is. And I'm not trying to shit on Nate Diaz by any means. Like, I'm a huge fan of Nate Diaz, and like, he's one of the fighters that got me into the sport. So like I just don't understand like what fans like, and like I'm gonna go on a rant about fans. The fans switching up on Topuria, like I'm not gonna lie, guys. Us UFC fans, we deserve nothing good. For how much Topuria fans are switching up on him, we don't deserve anything good. We deserve to have more fights like Hamzat DDP, more fights like Max versus fucking Charles, more fights like Islam versus JDM. We don't deserve anything good for how much people are switching up on Topuria. Topuria has either, one, completely obliterated his opponents within 3 rounds, or if not, he's going to have an insane fight with this. Like, I don't understand why Topuria is getting hate. Oh, because he's being cocky, he's being arrogant. That's called self-belief. Like, what the fuck is wrong with that? I don't understand, like, why fans are bitching. And I see a lot of the, you know, the Islam fans that are like, oh, what a bum Topuria is. And like, I cannot believe that they're saying that, because like, obviously I'm a fan of Islam Makhachev. I love Islam Makhachev fights. I mean, his last fight fucking sucked. And like, I know a lot of people are ready to jump on the bandwagon and say Topuria is overrated. You know, people gotta realize that like Topuria just went through a pretty nasty divorce. He lost custody of his daughter, I'm pretty sure. And he was probably fighting with a lot of emotion this fight. I can definitely see him fighting with a lot of emotion. He was loading up way too much. There was no jab. There was no cutting off the cage good. He fought good in the second round, you know, feinting heavy, was drawing out the jab more, and then every time that happens, you know, he'd come out with counters. If he fights similar to how he fights in the second round, he gets Gaethje out in under 3 rounds. Like that is like, in my opinion, that's like factual information. But yeah, I don't want to take anything away from Gaethje. Gaethje had the performance of a lifetime that night, and it was beautiful. I have nothing to discredit Gaethje with. That was a beautiful performance in Gaethje. His jab looked on point. Like, everything looked great. Gaethje that night is probably one of the greatest strikers in the UFC. And it's just great seeing Gaethje on point. Once the title is up in the air after Gaethje retires, I think Ilia should wait for like Arman to fight for the title. I think they're going to do Arman versus Charles for the title once Gaethje retires. Ilia's going to be out for a little bit. I heard that he can't even open his eyes right now, which is kind of insane. Like, how much damage Gaethje did to him. It's crazy because like 2 years ago when Ilia knocked out Max and Charles, I was low-key praying on his downfall. But now that he lost, I'm like, damn, man. Like, fuck. We need champs like Ilia in this sport. You know, champs that go out and just decimate. Or like have insane wars. Like, that's the type of fighters we need right now in the UFC, especially in this Paramount era. But I think the roadmap for Ilia is probably going to be like, wait a year, go on an absolute tear. If he gets the Justin Gaethje rematch, take that and don't fucking take it lightly. Because in my opinion, I believe that Ilia took Justin lightly this time around. And look what happened now. He lost his belt, lost his undefeated record. He's gonna have to fucking dig deep. I hope he comes back mentally stronger. It's gonna be a very rough time for Topuria. And so yeah, that's all I really have to say about this fight. Congratulations to Justin Gaethje, one hell of a performance. What do you guys think should happen next for both fighters? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all later. See you guys.